Hello, my name is Madeleine Brook. I'm one of the pre-service teachers marking the Year 8 English samples from tutorial time slot 11 to 1 on a Monday, alongside Samantha Close, Emily Duncan, Fletcher Coates, Natalie Honoré, and Rebecca Corbell. In our quality assurance exercise, there were 6 pre-service teachers in attendance to the meeting. We initially began by introducing a sample and immediately addressing our own marks. If there were any discrepancies with our marks, as you will see with the red sample, each marker would give a general overview of how they marked each dimension. Upon disagreements, we would then address each criterion and unpack our justifications with supporting evidence from the work. As you will see with this work sample, there were discrepancies that were immediately addressed in this manner, and the marks in each dimension would be adjusted in accordance to a unanimous decision. In the event that there were any holdouts where one or more people did not agree with the adjusted mark, we would continue to discuss what an appropriate mark would be based on the evidence from the sample. If there was no wavering from either party, an acting HOD, Christopher Blunell, in this circumstance, would be called to make the final decision. While we did not have to resort to this higher authority, there was one moment with the red sample where myself, Sam and Emily were in a long debate about whether to consider the red sample an A- or a B-.
I don't think that's fair on them.
No, and look, he reflects to the other text. Like, that's where I feel like it is hitting the other quota. Is that he kind of goes, well, actually, and this is so similar. Like, meanwhile, this happens. I agree, maybe it's not enough.
Honestly, I think that you're reaching for more than what the criteria is.
Yeah, well, like it does, like on the task sheet, like it does say that you're supposed to talk about both, and it is an analytical essay.
But it does talk about both. It doesn't say how much about both.
But like for it to be an essay sort of thing that reaches what they really should be doing, I don't think it does enough.
But what more can they really do?
What more evidence can they shove in there?
Like they could have been a little less wordy and compared with the other one and discussed the other one a little bit more.
I don't think Year 8 would be able to do that. Not in a test condition.
Yeah, where they're sitting.
Right, and they're jamming this out as quick as they can. I think they've got 3 paragraphs. Each of them has a selection of text in it, and not only do they have an actual quote, they then have
I think they've done better than effectively selecting.
Yeah, I think they have discerningly chosen relevant information. I don't think they've overloaded, because I think it'd be really easy to do that, and they put in just enough to get their point across. And I think they've related that the texts, the selections they have chosen to other relevant things to the stories within their paragraphs.
And look, there is a whole paragraph dedicated to the Bloom Mountain.
Yeah.
There's a whole paragraph dedicated to that, which again is still reflective of what else has gone on.
So maybe their weighting between the two was not ideal, but the actual literal discerning selection of evidence in general, I think, was very discerning.
The criteria is not asking for the difference in weighting either, it's just asking for what they've selected.
I found that Emily focused on how the students' work did not show a particular level of achievement. She was advocating for a lower mark, whereas I was arguing for a higher level of achievement, advocating for that higher mark. By analysing the essay in more depth and addressing each piece of evidence as it arose, we resultantly gave the sample a B+, despite feeling quite heated after a prominent debate with other pre-service teachers in that meeting. We still finalised our result and took on the task of revisiting our adjusted marks to make sure that we were all on the same page when leaving the meeting. This experience left us feeling more confident about how we should demonstrate evidence to support our marking choices. On my professional experience, I personally did not get the chance to be involved in a formal quality assurance exercise, but I did get the chance to engage in discussions about the English department's marking process. There were few differences between our quality assurance exercise and the school's cross-marking system. The school's quality assurance process emphasises the importance of a teacher's ability to provide indisputable evidence in support of a mark, rather than where the assessment might have missed the mark. In our own quality assurance process, the discussions were typically initiated by disputing the evidence of a mark upon any disagreement, taking a deficit view of the assignment. Unlike our own quality assurance process, the school actually only involved 2 teachers who awarded marks to both their own and the other class's assessment pieces. After that, the teachers meet up to discuss what marks were awarded, each teacher leading the cross-examination for their own class and highlighting the evidence present in each assessment piece. By taking this approach to marking processes, each teacher acts as an advocate for student work and is expected to use appropriate evidence in order to award them a grade. Rather than focusing on what might be missing or how a student has not met the criteria through that deficit lens, identifying what a student has done and what evidence is available in their work to support their ideas helps us grade the students with their evidence in their work. Our marking system should start from this: what is available for us to assess. This process immediately helped me to build more defensible judgments, where a student can improve their response in order to obtain those higher marks can actually just come through in the comment section. We're focusing on what evidence is present to give them the mark. The second strategy is something that I've developed through my understanding of authentic student experience and where these defensible judgments need to be employed. As I learnt quickly from my time in professional experience, quality assurance is not only beneficial in checking a teacher's judgment, but it is useful in generating a greater confidence between teachers who are appropriating marks to students who are on the precipice of particular grades, especially in senior schooling. In my experience in the senior schooling space, there is vast competition between the students in the race towards their OP. Both students and parents will try and find flexibility with the grades awarded. While defensible and consistent marking is still key in these scenarios, asking another teacher to cross-mark and come to an accord on the results can greatly help diffuse these situations, knowing that we are making the right judgment calls. For example, some situations with students that might be emotionally driven, a student's request for a document to be discussed, remarked, or reassessed, the result shouldn't waver. As a pre-service teacher, I need to be able to incorporate consistent and comparable judgments into my marking in order to address concerns appropriately. This process is made easier by quality assurance, where teachers are expected to continuously evaluate their marking, ensuring that all students are correctly awarded grades that are representative of their work. As I continue with the final year of my degree, I can now appreciate the ability to address all of the issues and concerns about assessment with students and parents, and how reliable marking can alleviate a fair bit of this stress.